Who's your preferred starting lineup for Spurs up front in terms of getting the goals and getting the assists? Who, particularly yourself, Darren, being an ex-Spurs player. I mean, when you're looking at a team sheet, who do you want to see there?
It's always a tough one, I think. You know, there's so many options. Of course, Harry's got to play up top, Dele Alli in behind, and then for me, if they're going for it, Christian Eriksen and Son, you know, as a four, you know, there isn't much better. And you know, they do what they do. They score goals, they create opportunities. There's a lovely blend amongst that four as well. They're all different players. They've all got different qualities. But you know, but when they do play the three up there, you know, it's a great three to pick from.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with Darren. I think Dele Alli this season hasn't hit the heights which he, you know, did last season in terms of consistency. He may just be getting himself out of that now, but he's a fantastic young talent. At times, you know, at that age, you do sort of peak and trough. But I think he may just be finding his way back to form, which is ominous for the other Premier League teams.
So age is a factor as well in terms of performances.
Well, I think so. You know, we myself and Darren were young once, and you know, you go through phases where, you know, you play better than other phases, but as you get more experience and what have you, he's a highly rated player.
It's consistency. As a youngster, you go through those little bits where if you do have a couple of bad games, probably knocks your confidence and you struggle for a little bit, but as you get more mature and your career goes on, you know how to deal with that much better.
What about another youngster, Davidson Sanchez, who's I mean, he was playing with Alderweireld, but now he's had to make the role his own with Alderweireld being out, changing things up at the back. Have you been fully convinced by their summer signing?
I like him. They spent a lot of money on him, Tottenham did, and he is raw. He's got developing to do. Sometimes he's rash, you know, picked up a few cards. I think he got sent off the other week. But I like him as a player. He's comfortable on the ball. It's come from the Ajax Academy, as you know, a lot of the Spurs players have, Alderweireld and Vertonghen. He's a work in progress, but you know, to have that pace, power, and that confidence and that ability to play on the ball, this boy's going places.
Does he remind you of any players that you've played against or with?
I don't know really. I mean, but he's got so much pace and power. I mean, Sol was like that when he was younger. You know, a little bit. He was very rash then as well, and probably didn't have great quality when he started out, but he worked at it and became a world-class defender. He's got all the attributes to go on and do that. And as Chris said, yes, he makes some harsh, some rash decisions at times, with tackles. Sometimes maybe he should stand on his feet, but we forget how young he is, and he's come into the team and he's done great.
Obviously, there's a lot of speculation about players and Spurs maybe could be earning more elsewhere, and as human beings you would think you want to earn as much as you can, particularly in football, which is such a short-lived career. How hard is it going to be for the club to hold on to your Eriksens, your Sanchez's, your Harry Kanes, your Son Heung-Mins? Could go on and on and on.
It's what's important for Spurs is they start winning trophies and winning trophies quickly, and then that will be the attraction to keep your Harry Kanes, your Dele Allis, your Alderweirelds at Spurs. But players naturally want to win things throughout their career, and money is important, albeit they're paid vast amounts of wages. If Real Madrid come calling, which was in the paper today about Harry Kane will want to go to Real Madrid. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a great club to be at for these players at the moment. A lot of youngsters, they've all improved as players. They're playing under a great manager.
But you stayed. You had offers. I know for a fact. You've talked about it.
Yeah, exactly. And you make decisions at those times in your career. This is a great football.
Staying?
I could have got on and maybe one more if I had moved on. So of course, in that sense, it's a regret. But playing for Tottenham Hotspur for 12 years is something that I could never have dreamed of growing up. So it's mixed feelings with that really. But playing for Tottenham for 12 years was great. They all get on so well. A lot of young players coming through together. New stadium. As Chris said, it is about winning things, and that's what they have to do now to then go to the next level. And when they do that, they'll then attract even more top players.